took months to get to you, babe. I don't know why I can't see you there. I've tried to be there, but every day I'm farther, and now it's break my heart, babe. I've tried to be there.
Okay, welcome back to the channel. Good to see you again. We're going to play some $2 max on GG Poker. Here is my graph for this particular challenge. I'll be using the poker graph for now. I'll explain why that is, but you can see it's around about $10 or so. I can't really tell because the line's a bit blobby. But let's move this out of the way. I don't usually do it like this, but we've already started 2 tables. So there they are. Oops. We better get in there. No, we're already in there. Okay. In fact, we won a buy-in on the table on the right about the second hand, which is great because usually I lose a buy-in very quickly. So it's the other way around this time, so that's unusual. The reason why I'm using the poker graph chart is, one, I'm a bit lazy today because when I play GG network, I'm actually, as you can see, I'm on Natural8, which is part of the G network. Everything's basically the same anyway. Some minor differences, maybe Natural8 have some special promotions on. But fundamentally, it's the same player pool, same tournaments, and the same pretty face of mine. So, which is great for you. I'm just joking there. So yeah, the reason why I'm using poker graph, a bit lazy. You know, if I have to use my HUD, I have to download the hands from PokerCraft, upload them into the HUD, which is not a big deal. I have to do another little mini video, which is not a big deal. A bit busy today, so it's a little bit more of a bigger deal than usual. So it does save me a little bit of time. But the other thing is, my GG account was closed. I think you may have heard that on a recent video. And when they did that, they transferred all my information to Natural8, and all my Natural8 data was deleted and was just kind of replaced with my GG. So my HUD stats are a little bit out, not much, a little bit out. So it actually say here, my stats, these are my, if you like, my GG stats, which I can't remember whether I played mostly GG or Natural8. This says plus $10 on the PokerCraft, as you just saw. On the HUD, I have put the hands into the HUD the other day, and it doesn't quite say the same. It's a little bit less. So what I thought I'd do, I just kind of, next few games, I just for the GG games, I'll just use the PokerCraft graphs, and then I'll, maybe in about a week or two, I'll go back to the HUD, because it should have just balanced out by then. I wasn't really playing a lot on GG anyway, but I just think there's just a slight difference in the graphs, and I don't think it's just down to the rake. I just think it's down to the hands being transferred from one to the other. Well, let's see how we get on anyway. And there's a great suggestion from Colin just to play 2 tables. I'm going to re-raise the ace queen here, maybe 15, to see what's happening. We've got a 40 VPip next to us. You know, typically we don't get anything which he calls. We're gonna it's a tricky flop. It doesn't, you know, I'm gonna fold because we could just be, you know, I don't really know the player, but it's one of those players who just never folds with like a pair of 2s maybe. But we could also be for betting into a straight, a pair, and he could have something, you know. So you know, ace queen. I think it's an okay decision there to fold, even though we're up against a maniac by the looks of it there. There might be a little bit of background noise here. I'll try to edit out some of the noises after the video. I use Audacity software. But my girlfriend was just mopping the floor. Very unprofessional. Made a lot of noise, so I think I've managed to delete that noise. I did manage to delete the girlfriend, but just the noise of the mop. I think it just requires a little bit more training in future. I'm only joking. She sat more or less next to me. But okay, so let's focus on the games. Yeah, the great suggestion from Colin yesterday, I think it was, to play fewer tables. I think what it meant was don't play at all. Go play chess. Give up playing poker. No, but I think what he could see was maybe that, you know, 4 tables Zoom or 4 tables 6-max, I was probably leading to some poor decisions, and I think that's a really good analysis. And you know, I think he probably just sensed a little bit of a lack of motivation from me because I just sort of wasn't getting it, particularly with Zoom and Russian Cash, just not getting anywhere compared to the normal tables. And that never used to be the case. I mean, yes, I think it's quite normal not to do as well in terms of big blinds 100 on Zoom and Russian Cash compared to normal tables. But I always used to be in positive, and it just seems that since I've started, sounds like a massive excuse, since I've started this kind of bankroll challenge YouTube channel, I just haven't been, I don't know, something's gone in my head, I think. I don't, or maybe I've just sort of, I know I haven't been playing well, and I've picked up some bad habits, and I've lacked focus, just a whole lot. I've tilted, there's better players around, but I never really used to play a lot of Zoom on Russian Cash anyway, but you know, overall I used to be profitable when I did play, and it's not the case at the moment. So, and that kind of got to me a little bit. So there's a great suggestion by Colin to sort of play fewer tables and get back into enjoying it a bit, because yeah, I think clearly you could tell from my attitude, my voice and so on, that I wasn't really enjoying it so much. I've also had quite a lot of other things on recently. I've had another project that I've had to work on, and just things to do that kind of have taken up a little bit of time, and you know, it's just life, isn't it? I don't know, I kind of haven't done the things that I wanted to do with the videos, so I think I'm trying to juggle too many balls sometimes. Sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? But I mean, like, you know, clown balls, juggler balls. That's the only balls that I'm juggling. So yeah, nothing really happening on the tables at the moment. We had on the right, what happened there? We got we just had a maniac mix, which we sat at a table, and we had a nuts, whatever it was, and then the guy shoved on us. So fine, we just called, and we had absolutely nothing. one of those ones. We like it when that happens. But I don't know any of these players. We've got one label here on the right. Let's have a look. There's 55 VPIP there. So red is just basically plays a lot of hands. I don't really put too much into the labels. 20 is okay range. So the green is probably okay. Here, I think 33. I'll just put a pink. It could be a red that he's playing far too many hands. We'll put him as a red because we do have a sample of 100 odd here. So you know, these two players, the red players, are kind of players that I do want to be playing against. And here we got an 18, so that's a green. So basically, the way that I work it is the red players here, I'm going to be playing a little bit more differently, possibly in some situations, compared to the green players. So green players, I'm probably not going to be calling second pairs because, you know, river bets, they've usually got it. Red players are more likely, not always, more likely to call second pairs, or even third pairs on the river, because they might be messing around, more likely to be messing around. That's basically how I play it. You know, not all red players are the same. Some do, you know, some just keep betting whatever you get, you know, and I tend to put those into a blue category. Just maniacs, and others tend to maybe play a lot of hands but fold to any aggression, so they might be, you know, more often going to be folding flops. I'm going to go pot here with the 9. We've got 2 pairs. We've got equity. You know, we have a reasonable chance of the best hand here. I'm not going to bet, I'm just going to check it down because we could easily be beaten. There you go, ace 10 off, which was fold on the turn, potentially, in my opinion. But there you go. We're not complaining. I don't think he would have called a bet on the river there, but who knows. Okay, so we bet with the, I'm going to fold the 4-4. So yeah, it's only 2 tables here, which is, I mean, I have been playing 4 on the videos, and I think that's a really good suggestion. Thank you, Colin, my coach. Okay, 61. I'm just going to go all in with the ace king. It's a bit of a naff play, but we're up against the ace queen. I'm going to run it twice. That's 1 to us. Looks like 2 to us. It is indeed. Well done. So that's a problem with playing short stats. You're going to get ace king shoved into you more often than not. So it should be. So okay, so it's a bit of a good start. My girlfriend's just getting ready for work now, so she's probably going to be making a lot of noise, as usual. Sorry about that. But I wanted to get this video done today because I'm going to have a really busy few days. And I wanted to... I was just kind of keen to see the impact of playing a few tables, so... I'm going to go pot with the aces here. I'm playing really aggressively, and that's not changing. I mean, sometimes I don't really play a lot of hands, but I play aggressively when I do play them. Pot with the 8 here. And obviously we're beaten by queen or better, we'll just call it down. We've obviously got a queen. Well done. Why on earth are you playing queen 10 with a short start? I don't know. Yeah, we're beaten by the 5 here, but we're going to hit we hit the ace. I can't even speak now. We hit the ace. Okay, so could have a flush. I'm just going to bet small. Try and get a fold. Could have a draw. You'll beat the ace queen. So we have a look at the poker graph after the session. It's around about $10. It's a bit of a blobby line, isn't it? You know, I think there's some really good things about GG software. I do, you know, I'm not criticizing them. I do think, you know, I remember playing GG or Natural8 years ago, and there was nothing going on there really. Some of it was a bit confusing. I didn't really know I don't know if they had a plan then. I don't know. But, you know, since then they've done quite a lot, and it's good. I really, you know, I like the staking. I think that's good. They've just introduced prop bets, which is good. I think they're going to have a bankroll challenge, and, you know, I think they've done a lot of good things. So I'm not criticising them. The guarantees in some of the tournaments, I think they're great. I mean, I haven't done well on the tournaments recently, but, you know, $2 tournaments on Saturdays, on Sundays, Sundays, $2.50. You know, some of them are $10,000 guarantees, $8,000, $10,000 guarantees. You know, PokerStars, I think the best for a $2 tournament you can get is on a Saturday and Sunday is probably $5 for the bounty, $5,000 for the bounty. So they're certainly beating PokerStars on the tournament guarantees. Whether that's sustainable in the long term, I don't know, because PokerStars always used to be the best place for the tournament guarantees, I think. And that's no longer the case. You know, GG's taken over in lots of areas. So, you know, PokerStars obviously feel that they can't offer the guarantees that they used to offer. I mean, they've gone down a lot. I mean, I remember it was the $2 deeps. I used to play $1 and $2 tournaments on PokerStars, and I'm pretty sure that the $2 deep stack I used to quite like. I've won it once or twice. That was nice. And the $2 deep stacks was $2,000 guarantee, and now I think it's $750. So, but I don't think you get so many players. I mean, obviously, I think maybe more players have gone to GG or whatever, or just fewer players are playing. I think there's a bit of both of that. But, you know, I think there's still value there at PokerStars. It's like at 888. I think, you know, yeah, there's $5 tournaments and they've only got like, you know, $750 guarantee or whatever, you know. But there's not many players playing them, and, you know, a lot of those players are just not very good. You know, so in a way, you know, you probably, I don't know, you could be, how do you measure value like that? I mean, there are ways on the overlay and all those sorts of things, but, you know, doesn't necessarily mean because there's a smaller guarantee that there's less value. Anyway, I'm going to bet pot here, try and take it down. Obviously we do have outs, but we could also be beaten already here by lots of hands. There she goes again. So noisy. Did you hear that? Sneezing. Ruining my video. Any chance she's got to ruin my video, so she'll come in, sneeze, make a noise. I'm only kidding you. sometimes it's difficult. I don't live in a big place. I mean, it's not small, but it's not big. And that's part of the difficulty of me making videos. I mean, some of my videos recently have just been background music, you know. And it's probably better than me speaking because I'll talk baloney, you know. But, you know, I don't have this kind of big open studio with noise proofing everywhere. I have to, you know, my girlfriend's here sometimes. Well, we live together, but you know, she works, so she's here, she's around. She's going to be making noise if she's cooking or whatever she's doing, cleaning, whatever. You know, sometimes I can hear my neighbours a little bit, not much, but sometimes. It's a very quiet place. And then I'm also conscious I don't want my neighbours to hear me. I mean, sometimes I'll play poker at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. I just want it to be quiet, you know. They are probably asleep upstairs. I live in a condominium. They're probably asleep upstairs, asleep next door. I don't know. And like me going, oh, you know, what should we do? Re-raise with ace, you know. What the fuck's he talking about? You know, so sorry for swearing now. But you know what I mean? So it's just difficult to juggle a bit sometimes because I don't really have a set time sometimes to play. Which I'm going to try and organise. I mean, the next couple of months I've got quite a lot on. Got a couple of bits of work on a couple of other projects. I'm quite looking forward to doing actually. And then I live in Thailand. I've got people. So I'm misclicking some of these hands as I go along or something. I should have played the ace for. I live in Thailand, so I've got people visiting. What is it now? June the 6th. So one of my friends said he's coming over with his girlfriend. Yeah, I think the end of July, beginning of August, something like that. I think. Okay, that's a month or two away, a month or so away. But you know, just that's great. But it just means I have to prepare a little bit in terms of gotta have time. I've got one of my sons coming over. I think for 3 weeks. He said 2, definitely 2, maybe 3 weeks, and that was going to be about the middle of August or so. So there's kind of going to be about a month where I'm just going to be going to beaches, going to islands, going to nightclubs. I mean, I don't drink, you know, going to bars and restaurants. It sounds terrible, doesn't it? I know. It's. I should go making some noise again. I'm trying to be professional here, but you know, I'll do the best I can with her. It's just difficult. Are you going to work, my love? Okay, I'll close the window, yeah. Yeah, she's off to work now. Great. She'd asked me to close the window later because she likes to leave it open when she goes out. It's important because sometimes I'm on the ground floor and I have been out and left the window open. It's okay, there's great security here. I locked in a little bit, so it was fine, but you don't want to go out and leave your window open. So we re-raised with the King Queen here. That's great. We haven't lost a stack yet, and I haven't really been concentrating too much what's happening on the table. It's been talking about various things. I'm going to fold the King 10, fold the Jack 3. Sometimes just like it's a bit like driving. I find playing poker sometimes a bit like driving. When I'm driving a car, you know, sometimes I haven't driven a car for 15 years, but I do remember the times where, you know, I left my house and I was like, okay, actually I'm just going to mute my microphone a second. Door's opening. Okay, yeah, I muted my microphone there because she was opening the door and leaving for work, so that's great. She's lovely, you know. She is. She's just locking the door now. There you go. So what was I saying? Yeah, sometimes playing poker, it's like driving a car. You know, I remember sometimes I used to drive my car in England. It'd be like I leave home and I get to work, and I'm like, how did I do that? I wasn't really. I mean, I'm just doing everything automatically, kind of, without thinking about it. I don't know, daydreaming or whatever you do, whatever. But riding a bike, driving a car, sometimes, you know, I'm just sort of sitting here clicking and I'm not really thinking too much about what I'm doing. And maybe that I should be a little bit more present in the game. You know, 6-6, continue on that board. So we've been playing for about 25 minutes so far. Not much happening with 2 tables. I quite like it actually. I think it's a good idea. Thank you, Colin. Maybe this is a thing to do. I think the thing is, you probably, when you're winning, you're going to be winning less because you're not playing so many tables, or maybe when you're losing, you're going to be losing less. So maybe it kind of flattens out the variance a little bit. Maybe sometimes I have been guilty of. I'm going to pot size better here with a not flush draw. Probably just 47 chips, just go all in if they get any response to that. We don't. Yeah, what was I saying? Maybe I was guilty of kind of like, yeah, we're not getting the results I wanted to get. I was probably just pushing a bit too much. Not necessarily consciously, but you know, on some level. Just sort of maybe being a bit too aggressive, playing too many hands, making the wrong calls, blah blah blah. Just kind of, you know, a tilt of some kind that was kind of getting me out of my A game zone. I don't really have an A game, but you know, getting me out of playing well. So, okay, 9 9s, we'll go for that. I'm going to bet up here because 2 pairs, we could have beaten a lot of hands. A lot of hands are going to fold here. We go up against a short stack, so I'm going to go to pot. That means he's got to put a lot of his chips in to continue. Ace. Go up here. I mean, small blind is going to have an ace a lot of the times. Let's continue there. I'm just going to check, slow down a bit. I think we're probably up against ace jack here. Hopefully we're chopping. He's at 8-8. Okay, yeah, he's got the clubs, he's got the draw. Fair enough. You can see there, you know, with the green players, you know, they're not going to be messing around too much. Generally, they kind of are playing fairly ABC. So we got. I'm probably going to get out of this table on the left and set up a new table. So let's get. get some more value by playing with more players and not necessarily bum hunting, but you know, a few more players where there's going to be a little bit more opportunities, we say. Okay, so this one here, possible. I'm going to re-raise with the 9-9. It's a bit loose, but why not? Yeah, I wanted to get a quick video done today, an hour or so, because it was on my mind. I thought it was a good idea to reduce the tables or maybe do a video on it. And I got up really early this morning. I did go to bed early last night. I wasn't really feeling that great yesterday. But, okay, we've got 2 pairs on the left. That's great. It's dangerous, so we've got 2 draws there. We've got already 8, 9, 10 jacks. Obviously got there. We're going to put a pot in. Happy to take it down here. Anyone continues, then we're in trouble. But that doesn't happen. Okay, yeah, I got up really early this morning. Well, I usually get up early anyway, but a little bit earlier than usual. Wide awake. I went and got my hair cut and brought some takeaway Thai breakfast. It basically been like a Friday night takeaway in England, but you know, egg fried rice, crispy pork, fried egg, Thai standard sort of Thai breakfast, which I like sometimes. I like quite a lot. I don't have it all the time, but this morning it was great. Brought that home, brought some home for the girlfriend, had a great breakfast. She was happy. Brought her enough to take for lunch for work as well. She's happy with that. Saves her a bit of money. And I want to do, I've got a few things on this afternoon. I've got to do some things. So I don't have time then. I just thought, if I do it tonight, I'm just going to be tired. So what is it now where I am? It's about 10:30 in the morning. So, you know, I've already been up 4 or 5 hours. So I've got something to do from about 2 o'clock, I think. So I've got to be finishing soon. Maybe try to... it shouldn't take me too long to produce this video now, because I'm not going to do some of the different elements that I usually do. And then I'm gonna have a little bit of a break, a cup of coffee, and then I've got quite a lot to do this afternoon. Really. Tomorrow I've got quite a lot to do. I will try and do a video if I get time tomorrow as well. I want to try and do as many videos as I can. I know that in maybe August time I'm just worried I might not get the time to do videos. Kington, I'm just going to call. We have it's a really loose call, but it's not expensive to join that pot. We could be chopping here if there's no ace around or no nothing, but it's very unlikely. 3-way. There's an ace. So we'll label this player red. It's obviously played a lot of hands. This player Welsh is We'll put him down as a green. 28. How many hands? 47. This player. No hands yet. This player 30. We'll put down for a green for now. Not really that many hands there. It'll probably come down a little bit. Maybe a pink, which is sort of in between green and red. 100. Okay, that's a red. So that's recreational. I mean, who's not recreational at $2? 23. That's this fold here. I'm going to re-raise with top pair here. I mean, there's a reasonable chance we don't have the best hand. I'm going to put it in with the draw because we just have about a pot left and we have to be prepared to be losing this a lot of the time. I'll put a small bet with the open under here. Okay, we get this straight. I'm going to go pot. I think that was just... as soon as I said I'm going to go pot, I realised that was probably not the best thing to do. I think I was just a bit worried about the better straight coming in, better flush coming in. I think I'm going to play that. I didn't want them to fold anyway, so there you go. I'm going to put pot size bet in with the overpair. I don't think he's got Jack, Jack, Queen, Queen, King, King. But I don't want those to come in the next 2 streets. So I want to make it expensive for him or her to pay for that privilege. I'm going to get a fold anyway. Flop to straight on the left. We do have the flush draw there. I'm just going to go 75 here. Obviously, he's going to be continuing with a lot of hands there, but chooses not to. So a call, I think this is an ace queen type of hand, possibly 10-10, could be jack-jack. And I was just going to put 75% in there. I don't want queens or kings to come. So I mean, it could be ace jack, could be king jack, queen jack. That's hand. I'm going to put a pot size bet in here, probably. So yeah, probably it could be an ace queen. I think maybe continue ace king, possibly a 10-10 continued there. We're going to fold the 2s. Fold the ace 5. I mean, I'm tempted to go for it, but glad I didn't now. I'm going to flat the 6s. I don't like it. I don't like flattening and small blind, but you know, there's all that money in the middle. I don't really want to be raising with 6-6 out of position, but I don't want to be folding once, you know, 1.5 to make 10. But they're going to be folding now, probably. There you go. Gonna fold the 3s here. I mean, it's difficult for us to get anything out of those. So this player on the right here on the left hand table, we'll label a red. He's playing a lot of hands. So I think it's just a case of being patient with these players and just waiting for them to make a mistake and just taking all their chips, hopefully. That's the plan. Put simply, is strike. I'm just going to call with the ace queen off. We get a good shot, but you know, we're probably up against ace king, so I'll just check. I'll call one and done here. Now we've got the queen and we could represent the king queen. I don't know. Could be what he has. So I'm going to put a pot size bet in here. Does the job. Get it home. I mean, obviously we could have been up against queens and kings or aces, but I think we're probably up against ace king, I think. He wants to know. I can't get my chat up. Oh, my chat's gone. Sometimes when I'm playing with two screens, it doesn't pop up immediately. Don't know why. There's no coming up. I don't like it. I'm going to flat with the ace king off. I mean, got a bad pot left here. Let it go. Oh, there you go. The king came. What a surprise. I can't get my chat up for some reason. I know this guy's saying things, but I have no idea really what he's saying. I'm trying to get. I'm sorry about the blinking. I'm just trying to get my chat up. I don't want to. I don't. If he's talking to me, I don't want to make it sound like I'm ignoring him. I'm not. Well, it looks like I am, but I just can't get my chat to activate. So I'm clicking here. Look. Well, it's coming behind the table. I don't know. So sorry about that. Oh, I'm gonna bet big. Represent an overpair. We've got the heart there. Great. Queen of diamonds comes with us. This really help us. What to do? We've got nothing, man. Let's hope he's got ace king, 8-8. Went to double barrel. Tricky one, that one. Well, I just can't get my chat. I don't know why. I can't get my chat going. Anyway, I'll stop the blinking. I tried. So, that's one thing about the flashy software. Sometimes it's a bit too flashy, isn't it? Never had that problem on Poker Stars. 1-0 Poker Stars, I guess. Better chat box. Chat box that works. I'm not going to bet this guy's just going to call all the time. 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to put a putt in because we've got the open ender. Oh, there you go. You know, we're going to have to call it. Oh, here we go. Psycho again. So, I could shove here, but I'm not going to. Well done. Fucking annoying. You know, just. I know I was just going to get bluffed out of that one. But just be patient with guys like these, because you want to call and I mean, really, what am I beating? I had 5s. You could have had a straight. You could have had a 10. You could have had 4s. It's just, I know it's annoying and frustrating that you've missed your straight and you've got done. But at the end of the day, you've got beat, you know. Most likely, it's the case you've been beat. Similar here, we've got problems with the 5, the 2 pairs, the low pairs here. He's getting counterfeited, isn't it? It's like, yeah, look at that. I don't think he played that ace flush very well. Could have got me off that, I think. Yeah, chart's still not really good. This chart's... Oh! Maybe the chart's coming up to the left. Maybe if I do that. Maybe if I move the table a bit, will it come up? No, the chart for that table is just not coming up for whatever reason. Maybe I've been censored or banned or whatever these places do nowadays. Don't say that. You'll get banned. Don't say that. You know what it's like. Don't say that. Don't do that. Yeah. Whatever. You can see what I was like at school. Defiant. Unreasonably so. Regrettably so. Just gonna flat with the nines. Could re-raise. We get the set. I'm just gonna check. Check raise. I hate check raising sometimes. I mean, there's a green player that I just know is going to fold because these players know, they're going to be folding ace queen, king queen. They know they're done, so maybe next time I won't check raise. I'm certainly going to be putting money in with the ace king suited. I might shove a 4-bet. I might 4-bet shove. Doesn't come. Okay, I think we're going to pause it there. We played for just over an hour. I just wanted to get that out of the way. I'm going to raise with the king 10 suited. Probably disaster hand with the last hand. Doesn't happen, so let's sit out now. Global sit out. That's not working. Let's try it this way. Okay, there you go. Okay, so that's a global sit out. We're out of those, so let's have a look now at the Pokercraft graph. So we'll just move this over here. I don't usually do it this way, but we need to just punch in this again. So we've got, we start this on the 28th of the 3rd to today, the $2 Holdem. Okay, so show. And, so today is the 6th. So we've had 3 tables open. So we can look at that. You know, that's 3. You know, according to this, plus $3. Just under plus $3. Okay, and let's have a look at the graph now. Okay, take out the orange, all in EV. So let's call that $13. I think that's about right. It's a bit of a blobby line, isn't it? I mean, one thing I would say is a thinner line would be better here. And maybe a line that shows your net winnings. I mean, is that possible? I'm sure it is, but here you go. So we'll call that $13 on the thumbnail. Like I said earlier, it's probably very different to the figures that will show up on my HUD, but that's because I lost some hands in the transition from GT to N8, which wasn't my decision, it was GG's decision. And I think we'll just let it run like this for a week or two and just sort of balance out to look like what it, you know, what it should look like. At the moment, there's probably a big difference between this graph and the graph on my HUD, but that's nothing to do with me. That's just, like I say, I've lost a few hands that I did have previously that I just hadn't put into my HUD. So, I mean, actually, it probably could look even better than this, because I don't have the Natural8 hands for this period. Well, before the transition, if you get what I mean. But we'll just leave it at that. So it's 6 and 2 3s really. I haven't really played that many hands. I'm just a bit of a dog's breakfast situation with it really. So anyway, it is what it is. So hopefully that looks a bit better. $13, $2. GG at around about 8,500 hands. That is the gross figure, and hopefully we can continue to make progress. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you again soon.